I have a crush on your mind. I feel for your personality. Your looks are just a bonus. We come to love not by finding a perfect person, but by learning to see an imperfect person perfectly. Everything that happens is nicer with you. Immature love says, I love you because I need you. Mature love says I need you because I love you. Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. A dream you dream alone is only a dream. A dream you dream together is reality. True love is your soul's recognition of its counterpart in another. I love you without knowing how, or when, or from where. I love you straightforwardly, without complexities or pride, so I love you because I know no other way. When you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. Everything that I understand, I only understand because I love. Sometimes the heart sees what is invisible to the eye. There is no more lovely, friendly, and charming relationship, communion, or company than a good marriage. Love is too weak a word for what I feel. I love you, you know, I love you, I love you, 2 F's, yes I have to invent, of course I do, don't you think I do? I love you right up to the moon, and back. There are 2 kinds of sparks, the one that goes off with a hitch like a match, but it burns quickly. The other is the kind that needs time, but when the flame strikes, it's eternal, don't forget that. Regardless of what language it is said in, I love you stays beautiful, and 2 hearts beating together make the same sound. It is the language of love. If you live to be 100, I want to live to be 100 minus 1 day, so I never have to live without you. When I saw you I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew. There are never enough I love yous. Better than I was, more than I am, and all of this happened by taking your hand. Relationship rule: over-communicate. When you love someone, you want to take care of that person as you would take care of yourself. Find someone who makes reality better than dreams and do your best to deserve them. All relationships go through hell, real relationships get through it. There is only one happiness in this life, to love and be loved. Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy, they are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. To love is easy, to be in a relationship is extremely difficult. Shared joy is a double joy, shared sorrow is half a sorrow. Your hand touching mine. This is how galaxies collide. Love is a game that 2 can play and both win. A relationship where you can be weird together is your best choice. Being married is like having somebody permanently in your corner. It feels limitless, not limited. If I lost you I would cry, oh how I love you baby. Once I knew you I never wanted to know anyone else. I'm not telling you it is going to be easy, I am telling you it is going to be worth it. A good relationship is when someone accepts your past, supports your present, and encourages your future. To love is nothing. To be loved is something. But to love and be loved, that's everything. Truth is everybody is going to hurt you, you just gotta find the ones worth suffering for. To the world, you may be one person, but to one person you are the world. I look at you and see the rest of my life in front of my eyes. The person you're meant to be with will never have to be chased, begged or given an ultimatum. We have to recognize that there cannot be relationships unless there is commitment, unless there is loyalty, unless there is love, patience, persistence. Never love anybody that treats you like you're ordinary. Never love something so much that you can't let go of it. Take a lover who looks at you like maybe you are magic. A successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. A relationship requires a lot of work and commitment. Be with someone who won't stay mad at you, who can't stand not talking to you, and who's afraid of losing you. There is no challenge strong enough to destroy your marriage as long as you are both willing to stop fighting against each other, and start fighting for each other. Trust is the fruit of a relationship in which you know you are loved. No road is long with good company. You deserve someone who is utterly obsessed with you. We don't meet people by accident. They are meant to cross our path for a reason. A woman knows the face of the man she loves as a sailor knows the open sea. Maybe you don't need the whole world to love you. Maybe you just need one person. True love stories never have endings. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. Love cures people, both the ones who give it and the ones who receive it. Don't try to be something to everyone. Be everything to someone. Quit wanting them to be the way you want them to be. Just love them. Love is a friendship that has caught fire. It is quiet understanding, mutual confidence, sharing and forgiving. Love is loyalty through good and bad times. It settles for less than perfection and makes allowances for human weaknesses. One day you will kiss a man you can't breathe without and find that breath is of little consequence. We were together even when we were apart. We loved with a love that was more than love. Love, 2 minds without a single thought. You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams. You're my reflection, all I see is you. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting 2 bodies. I love you much more than anyone on the earth and I like you better than everything in the sky. I could watch you for a single minute and find 1,000 things that I love about you. I saw that you were perfect, and so I loved you. Then I saw that you were not perfect and I loved you even more. You have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you. I never wish to be parted from you from this day on. If I know what love is, it is because of you. Remember, we all stumble, every one of us. That's why it's a comfort to go hand in hand. Fall in love with someone who makes you glad to be different. Happily ever after is not a fairy tale. It's a choice. You deserve someone who is terrified to lose you. Love is friendship that has caught fire. It is quiet understanding, mutual confidence, sharing and forgiving. It is loyalty through good and bad times. It settles for less than perfection and makes allowances for human weaknesses. Far too many people are looking for the right person, instead of trying to be the right person. Love is when the other person's happiness is more important than your own. All of me loves all of you. I wish I had 1,000 words for love, but all that comes to mind is the way you move against me while you sleep, and there are no words for that. The best thing to hold onto in life is each other. All of me loves all of you. You are my heart, my life, my one and only thought. I'd rather die tomorrow than live 100 years without knowing you. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Our soulmate is the one who makes life come to life. Thinking of you keeps me awake. Dreaming of you keeps me asleep. Being with you keeps me alive. I love you, and I will love you until I die, and if there's a life after that, I'll love you then. I love you. I am who I am because of you. You are every reason, every hope, and every dream I've ever had, and no matter what happens to us in the future, every day we are together is the greatest day of my life. I will always be yours. Some think love can be measured by the amount of butterflies in their tummy. Others think love can be measured in bunches of flowers, or by using the words forever. But love can only truly be measured by actions. It can be a small thing, such as peeling an orange for a person you love because you know they don't like doing it. When someone loves you, the way they talk about you is different. You feel safe and comfortable. Lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down. There are no goodbyes for us. Wherever you are, you will always be in my heart. A successful relationship requires falling in love multiple times, but always with the same person. In the end, there doesn't have to be anyone who understands you. There just has to be someone who wants to. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind / and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. My love for you is past the mind, beyond my heart, and into my soul. I would rather spend one lifetime with you, than face all the ages of this world alone. One day, someone will walk into your life and make you see why it never worked out with anyone else. Promise me you'll never forget me, because if I thought you would, I'd never leave. Love is something eternal, the aspect might change, but not the essence. The very first moment I beheld him, my heart was irrevocably gone. We cannot decide to love. We cannot compel anyone to love us. There's no secret recipe, only love itself. And we are at its mercy, there's nothing we can do. The purpose of a relationship is not to have another who might complete you, but to have another with whom you might share your completeness. Your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship you have. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. There is never a time or place for true love. It happens accidentally, in a heartbeat, in a single flashing, throbbing moment. The ultimate test of a relationship is to disagree but to hold hands. There's only one thing more precious than our time, and that's who we spend it on. When you stop expecting people to be perfect, you can like them for who they are. Ultimately, the bond of all companionship, whether in marriage or in friendship, is conversation. We're often afraid of being vulnerable, but vulnerability creates genuine connection. We are so different, yet so much the same. Successful relationships start by giving up control, giving up the need to be loved or wanted or right all the time. Only when your love for someone exceeds your need for them do you have a shot at a genuine relationship together. We cannot control a relationship. We can only contribute to a relationship. All relationships, business or personal, are an opportunity to serve another human being. Love is when you meet someone who tells you something new about yourself. We are afraid to care too much, for fear that the other person does not care at all. Never idealize others. They will never live up to your expectations. Don't overanalyze your relationships. Stop playing games. A growing relationship can only be nurtured by genuineness. The greatest relationships are the ones you never expected to be in. Intimacy is the capacity to be rather weird with someone, and finding that that's okay with them. You can't have a relationship with someone hoping they'll change. You have to be willing to commit to them as they are, with no expectations. And if they happen to choose to change at some point along the way, then that's just a bonus. They may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. What do we live for, if it is not to make life less difficult for each other? To know when to go away and when to come closer is the key to any lasting relationship. All at once everything is different now that I see you. I could start fires with what I feel for you. It's enough for me to be sure that you and I exist at this moment. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Deep in your wounds are seeds, waiting to grow beautiful flowers. The pain of parting is nothing to the joy of meeting again. It doesn't matter who hurt you, or broke you down. What matters is who made you smile again. The love you take is equal to the love you make. The world is too quiet without you nearby. Love is people caring for people. That is love. There are lots of people who can call you by your name, but there is only one person who can make it sound so special. That's why they're called crushes. If they were easy, they'd call them something else. For the two of us, home isn't a place. It is a person. And we are finally home. There is my heart, and then there is you, and I'm not sure there is a difference. A view of the ocean, mountains and the sunset. But yet, he was still looking at me. In case you ever foolishly forget, I am never not thinking of you. So, I love you because the entire universe conspired to help me find you. I swear I couldn't love you more than I do right now, and yet I know I will tomorrow. I got lost in him, and it was the kind of loss that's exactly like being found. Assumptions are the termites of relationships. I love you with every beat of my heart. I love you begins by A, but it ends up by you. A true relationship is two imperfect people refusing to give up on each other. To get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.